And welcome back, folks. It's your host, Jacob DeRosie, and today we are on episode 5 of our Hamlet Talk series. On today's podcast, we'll be talking about and reviewing 3 different adaptations of the Hamlet film, discussing which film aptly avenges King Hamlet's death. On today's podcast, we have 3 amazing characters we will be reviewing for these films: Mel Gibson, Kenneth Branagh, and Ethan Hawke. For those of you unfamiliar with the ending scene of the death of Hamlet, let me dive in and explain a little bit here. So for most of you, it comes to no surprise, Hamlet is out for revenge following his father's death, and that is exactly what it lives up to at the end of this 3 films. After Hamlet's mother accidentally ingests poison meant for Hamlet and dies, ironically enough, Hamlet's thirst for revenge unleashes as he runs to kill Claudius, stabbing him. Moments later, Hamlet falls to his own death, having been stabbed by the same poisonous sword he used on Claudius, but moments prior. Now, just a little sneak peek into that ending there, but enough talking for now, and let's head into these 3 films. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, to begin with, we are looking at the scene with Mel Gibson. And here we see a very dramatic and vengeful death of Claudius. In this clip, we see Hamlet heroically run up and stab Claudius with the poisoned sword, then brutally forcing poison down his throat, which, oh my, poor man. There is no argument here that in this scene, Hamlet aptly avenges his father's death, especially having killed Claudius the same way Claudius killed his father, with poison. On to our second scene here, second film adaptation with Kenneth Branagh. In this film, we have a very brutal and creative action-packed death of Claudius, that is for sure. First thing first, Hamlet does the uttermost by throwing a sword that spears into the back of Claudius. Then, Hamlet proceeds to cut a rope holding a chandelier, and that thing comes flying down, smashing right into Claudius. And to end things off, in this brutal killing, Hamlet forcefully shoves poison into the throat of Claudius, just like cup and water thrown right in the back of his throat. What a scene it was. Amazing acting on Branagh's part. Okay, folks, so moving on here to our third and final review, we got Ethan Hawke. Now, compared to the other 2 film reviews that we had done, this film, very more modernized adaptation of the play Hamlet, specifically with the scenery, the props to use, and personally to me, I feel like it's a little out of place compared to the other 2. So in this scene here, in this adaptation, we see a more modernized and altered take to it. Hamlet does use a gun to kill Claudius to avenge his father. I feel like the use of this gun in this scene robbed us viewers of a dramatic and brutal ending to a play, especially to avenge the father. You know, gunshot to the chest, or, hey, a sword in the back, a chandelier to the face, and a cup of poison down your throat. It just, to me, it doesn't compare. So guys, I'm sure you get where I'm going with this. Specifically, for me, this scene is a no. So I know what you're thinking. Jacob, what do you think was the best? What film adaptation most aptly avenges King Hamlet's death? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go with the Mel Gibson version for the best vengeance. Hamlet not only stabs and poisons Claudius, but he killed Claudius with the sword Claudius gave Laertes to kill Hamlet with. So a little bit of a backfire here. How tables had turned on Claudius. So there you have it, folks. Mel Gibson, he's taken my vote home today for best final battle, due to not only the irony of Claudius's death, of his little plan turned around back onto him, getting the sword he wanted to poison and use on Hamlet, actually used on him, causing his death. Not only that, but the dramatic and action-packed nature of the scene, hey, can't be beat. Now folks, if you like the podcast, leave a like, share with your friends and family, and make sure to tune into next week's episode. Next week's episode, we'll be wrapping up this series. Hey folks, take care, and it's been your host, Jacob DeRosie.